Howdy fellas, Frankie Dave back again on YouTube. This evening YouTube, I have a special shout out for Colonel Reb Tommy. He sent me a kit and I'm very happy. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. And I'll tell you one thing, this is going to be a dedication build from me to you. And Tommy sent me a kit, and it's been around his domain for 20 plus years, and he decided to go ahead and with the graciousness of his heart, and I guess my inspiration for everything, you know. And I'm just kind of a little misty right now, guys. You know, it's just took me by surprise. But I'm very happy, and you made me very happy, Tommy. Thank you. Anyway, he sent me the Stuka because I commented on Freddie Duarte's Stuka build he had going on there. I said, boy, I'd like to get my hands on one of them. I haven't had a trumpet of Jericho for a long time. Well, my prayers have been answered from Tommy, and all you great people out there. I tell you, you guys are really great. And I promised Tommy that I'll open up the box publicly to all of us on our wonderful modeling community that we have here. And it came in today. And Tommy, thank you, sir. And you great fellas out there, old Frankie Day is going to open this bad boy up, and then we're going to take a look-see and make a kit review. And so, you guys got any popcorn back there, or a cup of coffee, or a beer, or a shot? Whatever you got to do just to keep the savage beast soothed. We'll be here for a little bit on YouTube here. I won't make it too long, but this is going to be a dedication build from Frankie Day to Colonel Reb Tommy. Tommy, thank you, sir. And right now we're going to get started with the open up the box. And we're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and it's going to turn into a Stuka. Here it goes, fellas. Right here, out of the box. Here it comes. I opened this previously, before I made the video, to read a special note. And Tommy right here, he wrote me a note here, explaining why he gave me the kit, and I'll hold it right here. Maybe you great fellas can read it a little bit. And I tell you, well, my heart goes out to every one of you guys. I tell you, I mean it. I'm very serious. I love every one of you guys. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, sir. And Tommy wrote the note explaining, and I tell you one thing, I'm very honored to you, dear sir. Very honored. Okay, guys, here we go. This is the 1/32 scale Yonkers 87B Stuka, also dubbed as the Trumpets of Jericho. And a lot of people say, well, Frank, what do they call it the Trumpets of Jericho for? Well, it's like this. Let me explain this little story here, fellas, before we get into the kit. Why they call the Stuka the Trumpets of Jericho. Let me get this box at the side so I can rest the model, and I'll explain it. When I was out in California, when I got out of the Navy before I moved to Ohio, I did some construction work. I worked with a guy named Billy Gruner. He was a Stuka pilot. And I went to this house one time, and he invited me over for some Davina schnitzel, red cabbage, and also some German potato salad, and some Hofbrau, hot beer. Boy, that's high octane. What a punch that gave you. Anyway, I went to this house, and I saw a Stuka. It looked like the scale of it, I believe the scale was 1/5 scale. The wingspan was about 9 feet. And he built this thing from aluminum. and he was actually, he was my contractor. He was my boss, and he flew the Stuka, and he was actually he worked as an aeronautical engineer before he flown Stukas and everything, and he knew how to build aircraft because he drew the plans and everything. And he gave me this set of plans one time to duplicate the model. So I don't have time for that right now, Bill. That's too intricate and it's too precise. I got other things I got to do. I appreciate it. And I asked him, hey, Billy, I said, what you guys got them sirens on them stats for? And he says, well, when we invaded Poland, it scares the hell out of the people. And they called the trumpet to Jericho. It's a psychology thing. Can you imagine standing out in the ground and looking up at the sky, and you see something screaming coming at you like that, and you know it's going to drop that bomb on you? That's why they call it the trumpet to Jericho. So that's the story of why they dubbed it. And the Stuka, the Yonkers Stuka J887B, is one hell of an airplane. It's one of my favorite aircraft for the RAF, fellas. I mean, I tell you, there's something about the Stuka. It's a mean airplane. It's there to kick ass and get the job done. And it's a very strong airplane. And the G-forces of the Stuka pilots, especially doing those dive bombing runs, is when they bank the ailerons and they kick that rudder over and they bring the plane to a sharp dive. And those G-forces, those guys blacked out and they had to put blackout bars across them to keep them from passing out. So the Stuka was a very wonderful airplane. It entered the Luftwaffe in 1933. It was actually designed by 1931. Actually, the design was it was supposed to have been some kind of a high-pursuit racing plane they were going to use, but actually they found out it would be too sluggish. So with the power plant that the Stuka employed, it was employed as a dive bomber, a very true dive bomber. And so right here, fellas, is Revell of Germany, I surmise, 1/32 scale, Yonkers 87B Stuka. And I'll get my number 11 blade right here. And incidentally, I like the way these boxes open up right here because they remind you of the Airfix kits years ago. Okay, guys, I'm going to take out the contents out of the box right here, and we're going to review everything here. Oh my God. Everything's out of there. No vacancy in there. Okay, guys, so that's the first time I've opened up the kit. I opened up the box that the kit came out of, but I didn't open up the kit. So, to me, this is a new experience. And I'm trying to ingest this kit. If this is the old 1/32 scale tooling that Revell done many years ago, or it could be a retooled kit. This I don't know, so we're going to find out right now, guys. Okay, folks, I'll get the decals or the decals out of the way here. Okay, guys, right here you're greeted with instructions, a typical Revell Germany instruction manual, bilingual, and you got your legend logos up there telling you optional parts. You guys know the routine, and I believe right here you got your color call outs right here too, and in the beginning of the instructions, fellas, it starts out like all models does. It starts out with the cockpit floor, the seat, the pilot itself. Yeah, got two pilots here. Oh yeah, Bill, you're gonna like this, sir. I'll employ the pilots on this one. And it shows you the construction of the engine, the Ellsworth's engine that they used, and the closing of the fuselage with the cockpit floor that's built. This is all sub-assembly exploded views right here, and it shows you it's magnified the placement of the horizontal stabilizer to the fuselage is. And you go to the wings, your dive brakes, and also your dive brake linkages. And I believe this is the old Revell kit, and no retooling, but like a member of it though is it's a very beautiful kit. It builds very nice, and it's very well detailed. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And the decals, you got the protective backing sheet on here to keep them from getting scratched right here. And Incidentally, fellas, I quoted on Alex had problems. He's showing his Matchbox kits that he had, and he had problems with backing paper. When you got backing paper that'll stick on your decal sheet, don't pull off, because the chances are you can tear the decals off. What you do is get Mama's hair dryer or your own, and give it a short blast a little bit, and it'll crinkle up, and you can pull up and no sweat, no fuss, no muss. In this case, this kit here, since it's a pristine new kit, the decals are wonderful, and there's no swastikas on there. They got to be redone by the modeler. Maybe perhaps someday we can negotiate. Now we can be able to have kits that we can be able to have swastikas on there, because no German aircraft don't look right while having swastikas on there. And there's nothing to do to symbolize with Holocaust and stuff like that. It's history. It's like a B-17 with olive drab and neutral gray. So anyway, it's a misinterpretation. Okay, folks. Set decals to the side. The decals were on the heavy side a little bit. With Walther's decal solution, I can be able to tone it down pretty good, close to the paint. As I open the kit, there's one big baggie right here. And this baggie here contains sprues. It contains exactly 5 sprues. And I'll get a pair of scissors out, and we'll take down the backing here, fellas, and we get a better perspective of what we're dealing with here. Yeah, this kit here this isn't retooling of the 1/32 scale kit. This is the old, I believe it was 1973 release. I think Revell bought it out in 1973. I'm quite certain it is. I believe the kit that they had at the time had like a dragon insignia outside there, outside the fuselage. Okay, guys, wouldn't pay attention to what I was doing. Starting out with the transparencies, they're very clear. They're very good shape. I got to put them in the baggie. I don't want to get them scratched up. They came out of that baggie. So Revell, Germany, and they ain't very careful how they pack stuff. They just take stuff and throw it in the bag, and that's it. And they need to take a lesson from Trumpeter. And they're pretty pristine. The frames are pretty well raised. It poses no problem in masking, which is very simple on this. We'll set that aside over here. That die brake came loose from the sprue right there. That looks like that's the start. That's the port die brake, not die brake, but the flaps. The flap and ailerons, they work in unison on here. So this is actually the port wing flap on the Stuka. And this is half of the pilot right here. Here's half the pilot here fell out. And we'll go through the sprues very carefully. Hope I don't get anything on the deck. Starting out with this sprue here. Yeah, the prop is very good. There's a lot of flash around. This is an old kit. Yeah, you got a lot of flash on this kit. Not that bad. I like flash on there. It gives me something to do. Here's part of underneath the engine nacelle. You got an inspection panel that opens up. It reveals the engine. And these are the bottom wing sections here. That includes sprue number 1. Sprue number 2 is the upper wing halves. Yeah, there's rivets on there. You got some pretty good heavy rivets on there. They got to be sanded down with some wet sandpaper. Yeah, it's got some rivets on here. Rosie Riveter's done her job. This is the old Revell kit. But I love this Stuka. Boy, I love this bird. So I'll give you something to do, guys. So anyway, it's pretty heavy on the rivets. There's the pipe that came off that there a while ago from the sprue. I guess when I moved it from the bag, he fell out. So I'm glad that was all fell out. Yeah, it's the cockpit floor is not too bad either, folks. It just needs work like everything else. So this is gonna be out of the box. There'll be no scratch parts, no photo etch, nothing. SOB, straight out of the box. And this is gonna be a dedication build for Tommy. This terminates sprue number 2. Then we'll go to sprue number 3. Okay, fellas. This is the starboard right side fuselage half here. This is a good sized airplane, buddy. Man, this thing's it's big. You can see that the bomb on here they used. I don't know what kilogram it is. It's probably 765 a kilogram. That's what it was they used. And also you got your side console detail that fits on the side of your fuselage, or the cockpit, part of the cockpit floor. So that's your side paneling right there. That'd be pretty good. I put a wash on there after airbrushing it with RML gray. And there's your Delta engine right there, folks. And you got probably some more parts of it over here. You got your coolant radiator right there. You got your spinner boss right there. You got your bomb sight right there. You got your little your baffle flap that fits on your cowling flaps. Struts, everything. That's rivet, boys. Those are rivets right there. As you can see them, that's rough as a cod. But I get done getting some wet and dry sandpaper and get a good sanding. It'd be smooth as a baby's hind end. But you don't want to get rid of all of them because you want to have a little relief that is subtle and very subtle. You don't want them sticking out too much like Rosie River did here. So you just got to tone them down a little bit with sandpaper. Works for me. Okay, guys, and the last sprue right here is virtually the same kind of sprue. I guess that die flap I showed you a while ago, right here. It must have fell off from the sprue. It was over here. It fell off. So there's only 2 parts that fell off. So this kit's 100% all there. And there's the other part of the Delmer engine right there, and it says 65 kilogram bomb. The bomb comes in 2 halves and 2 sections. And you got your trapeze right there, which drops the bomb right there. And I believe you got your joystick right here. And they got your other bombs here. I don't know what weight grams they are. And here's your die brake linkages right here. And it's going to be a nice bomb. I'll get done with it, guys. That concludes the inbox review of the Stuka. And by judging the kit, like I said, it's an old kit. It's a 1972 or 73 issue. And it's been just reboxed by Revell, Germany. Same kit. I think I built one of those before. It had a big old snake or a dragon on the side of the fuselage. It was red and white, I believe. And I think I painted it Dunker Growl on the bottom of it. No, Hollowbrow. Yeah. And on top of it, I think it was splintered using green and dark green. I think that's the paint schedule I'm using this. Anyway, I'll follow the paint schedule that's offered on the kit. It looks pretty colorful. Anyway, guys, just excited right now and kind of tired. I've been working in Arizona all day today. I'll have a video of that tomorrow. But I'd like to thank you, Tommy, for that Stuka. You made me a very happy man. You know, hopefully they don't get too much gifts like that. But like I say, I appreciate all that because you know it means a lot to me, and you guys mean a lot to me. And since I've been on YouTube right here, this is about the best shot in the ash can I ever had in my life. And I can talk to people all over the world, and it's great. Modeling is wonderful, and you people are wonderful. And I'd like to thank everybody for your wonderful comments. Tommy, Colonel Reb, man, buddy, I tell you, this is going to be a dedication build for you. I'm going to get hot on this by tomorrow. I'll start on it. I'll make a video of that. I'm going to get Songbird going. She's calling on me. I'm doing pretty much in Arizona. Incidentally, here, since we're talking about the Arizona, I could squeeze this in on the dedication build. On the Arizona, I got this much done on it so far, fellas. I got the Ford bridge sub-assembly right there done. It's not all glued down; it all comes apart right there because I built it sub-assembly wise. That way, when it comes off, it'll come off, you know, and that way I can airbrush it. It's been fully primed, so that's about as far as I got on it, on the bridge. A lot of hours on it. I got to put the foot-of-wedge railings on it and everything. And so the thing is, from now on, the Arizona's will be built all sub-assembly construction. Once all the sub-assemblies are all completed, then I can send it to the hull. Then everything else is history. So anyway, fellas, that concludes tonight's video. A special shout out to Colonel Reb Tommy. And you're a very wonderful man, sir. I salute you. I thank you very much for this Stuka. It came to a good home, and I'll slap the glue to it, and we'll get that girl going. And I'd like to thank everybody out there for your wonderful comments, and thank you for tuning in. And you guys are great fellas. You got a lot of good group builds shaking out there, you know, and people doing their thing and don't have time to make videos and stuff because you're occupied doing your builds and stuff. And plus you got April showers brings May flowers, and you got honeydew list on top of that. I got a honeydew list about as long as a jackstaff on a destroyer. And my wife's got a plan a day for me. So if I don't abide by her honeydew list, she'll take my glue away from me. And I'll be in a world of hurt, boys. Instead of sleeping in the fart sack, I'll be on the couch. Anyway, boys, just rambling. I'd like to thank everybody again, one more time again, for your wonderful comments and your viewings and everything. It means a lot to me. And thank you one more time, Tommy. And God bless you, sir. Good Lord above has got a good place for you. And you're a wonderful man. Thank you very much for the Stuka. I appreciate it. Okay, boys, old Frankie Dave's going to sign off right here. Getting a little tired, a little tuckered. And I'm going to hit the part sack, and tomorrow I'll start turning to on the Stuka. And to get a video of that going on. Sounds like a plan for me. Okay, boys, you all take care now, and happy modeling, and please subscribe. And catch you next YouTube, boys. Take care now. Bye, guys.